basically, I've just finished the webinar where I'm teaching my trainers what VPT is and what our values are, and pretty much everything that they need to do in order to, to live up to our values and know exactly what our company is and what it needs to be in the future. And this really got me thinking. I'm teaching this to the trainers, but I think there's a lot of people out there who don't really understand what the difference is with VPT compared to going to a gym or just having a trainer. So I'm going to just quickly dive into those points. Now, the first thing you've got to remember is that a gym doesn't get the results. There's tons of gyms out there, and also personal trainers, they don't get the results. There's tons of personal trainers as well. So you're probably thinking like, well, they train the people, so they must get the results. But it's not actually true. It's more down to being surrounded by the right people. And I just really wanted to go on this kind of point for today, because I don't want to make this video 55 minutes long like my webinar was. So I'm just going to go on this kind of one point of why VPT has been so incredible over the last 7 months, and why we've got over 30 clients now who just don't want to leave us. If you don't believe me, you can have a look at our testimonials on different pages. Our clients literally say they don't want to leave VPT at all, or go back to a gym or a personal trainer. So the complete difference is that we obviously provide completely done for you nutrition programs. We've got over 10 different books on nutrition that are purely for VPT clients, and also we have 5 trainers now at the gym, which is fantastic. The demand's been amazing, and we've been able to take on 5 trainers, including myself and John, who we are both the co-creators of VPT. And I think you have the trainers, you have the nutrition, but what really makes someone actually get the results? And this is something that's completely overlooked. When you go into a gym, or whether you sign up with a personal trainer, it's more about being in the right place and feeling like you belong somewhere. So my vision for VPT when I started it with John was to create a family, create an atmosphere, create a place where people can come when they're feeling down. Like, clients come to our gym when they're feeling absolutely rubbish, they've had a day from hell, even drastic things happen, like life dilemmas. You probably know about my past and the rubbish year I had in 2015. Now, I share that with all my clients. There's nowhere to hide with our feelings. If anybody's having a bad day, we all kind of lift each other up, and you don't get that in normal day-to-day life. You don't get that outside our facility and outside the community. It is pretty much doom and gloom. Diets don't work, and I'm going to try this next pill, and I'm going to go to this trainer because that's not worked. The problem is you're not in the right place, and that's what VPT is. We take people on who really need our help, who really need the support, the accountability, and not just from the coach, but from the whole team. That's the reason why we've been able to get 30 plus clients in the last 6 months who just literally don't want to leave us. And it's fantastic. It's not really much of a fluke. It was something I wanted to do with VPT. That was my vision for it 8 months ago, and it was to not be like a gym. You walk into a gym, you're faced with all these machines, you're faced with people you don't know, nobody really speaks, it's not very inspirational, nobody's getting results that you can see and you can chat to and say, how have you been getting on the last 3 months? It is very kind of impersonal, it's very off-putting, and the same with diets. Diet groups don't give the right advice. They have a lot of support and accountability, but then the results, our success is 100% with our results, and you just don't get that with diet groups. Their success is probably 5-10%, but you think it's 100% because that's all you see in the magazines and the marketing that they give out. Now, if you ask any of our clients, every single one has just had complete success. 6 weeks in, we've got a client, Nicola, now, who's dropped 3 inches off her hips, absolutely over the moon. And this is what it's about. It's about real, authentic results. It's about cutting out the bullshit and saying, it's not to do with the next diet. It's not to do with the next amazing style of training. If you come and train with us, our styles are very, very basic kind of lifts and metabolic conditioning. It's not anything new and fancy that you're going to see on the next DVD. It really is you doing it week after week and being supported and being around the people that are going to get you to where you need to be. And that's the VPT message that we wanted to give out. And I've been, you know, I haven't sent this message out for, you know, for months. And, you know, when I was teaching it, my clients, my trainer, last night, I just thought, you know, I've got to share this to our followers. I've got to share, you know, what our kind of messages and what we are doing at VPT and why it's so amazing. This isn't something that I want to tell you and you know, and try and urge you to come on board. I mean, I would urge you to come on board if you want to change your life, but it's not about that. It's about, you know, if that's the kind of thing that you've been struggling with over the last 4 or 5 years, you know, going from one diet to the next, that's not going to help. The next diet's not going to help you. You need to be in the right place. You need to be surrounded by people that are going to, you know, get you to where you need to be, and then progress from there. This isn't about doing the next juice diet over the next 2 weeks. It's not about finding the next pills. It's not about that for you. You have to kind of get your head straight. You have to get in the right place and, you know, progress and stick to the basics. You know, it's not that confusing. It's just being in the right atmosphere and the right support network. And like I said, not just from your coaches, not just from me and John, about everybody else who's been there, everybody who's getting results right now. Just like I said, you know, we've got a client who's just completed her 12 weeks and she's dropped 2 dress sizes, but she's not going to stop there. She's carrying on, she's keeping going. And we have plans in place that mean our clients can be completely sustainable, like long term, even for life on these programs. You know, we're not massively expensive in the long run. You know, we're not as cheap as a gym, but we're not as expensive as good personal trainers. It's about this community that we're building. It's not about that. So listen guys, you know, like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, but I really wanted to kind of get this kind of passion off my chest, because it's been eating up at me over the last few months that I've not shared this kind of message that you know, what VPT is all about. So, you know, if you're in a place where you're ready to, you know, not do the next fad diet and you're ready to actually get some serious results, then we want you to be on board. But we're not gonna drag anyone on board. We want you to really want to do this. All right, guys. Speak to you soon.